Hey guys, welcome to another YouTube video. I haven't uploaded a video in a long time simply because this has been the busiest time for all my businesses, and it's all good busy because financial trading, very profitable with all the financial madness going on. All my other IPO ventures are actually a very positive thing because right now the market's crashed. So just imagine taking a company public. You wouldn't want to do it at the top and then come through a crash a few months later. So I'm actually prepping everything now so that when I do go public, it's going to be a very good time in the market. So, and then Fortune Academy, my other business, which has been taken off very well. Why? Because we've been doing incredible coronavirus deals for our students. Lots of people from loads of industries, medical, I mean, I'm telling you, for example, dentists, lots of dentists are joining the Fast Track Forex program, and a lot of people are taking Forex seriously now more than ever, which is good. And I really am excited about that, as long as they're in it for the long term and not just like a quick fix, because nothing can be done in a quick fix. But anyway, this video is more about Forex versus property and which one is better, the pros and cons of both. I just want to make sure you guys really understand where I'm coming from. Okay, so if you don't know who I am, I started business in 2004. I was a medical professional. I went into property in 2004 because I didn't want to have a 9-to-5, and I didn't really feel like making money through a 9-to-5 was my thing, because I grew up with a family that struggled with money. So that was my motivation. So if anyone's gone through a life like mine, you will find that you were motivated from a very young age to make lots of money. And it was quite an easy thing in your head. Like, I want to be very wealthy because I want to help my family. So that was my motivation growing up. Having done that, I started in property, because what do people think of when they think of money? It's like the old-fashioned way of wealth, property, bricks and mortar. And yeah, that's kind of what I knew. I had no idea about financial trading when I started my journey in 2004. So when I did this venture of property, I was one of those no money down deal girls, you know, like finding really good deals, buying them no money down. It's not easy, okay? So a lot of people think, yeah, property is good, gonna make lots of money in property. But I'll tell you now, the problem with people going into property is they don't know how to find a good deal. Let me give you an example. Let's say a house is 100 grand and they will pick it up for 95,000 and they'll think, oh yeah, what a great deal. How do you know it's a great deal? It's probably not a good deal, because I would never buy a house from an estate agent or from Rightmove or from anywhere that involved top of the market price, okay? Because those two places will give you market value. What you want to be good at if you want to go into property is get below market value. That means find the properties that are able to give you, i.e. the property owners, who can give you a discount. Now, there are so many ways you can do this. I teach this for free through my Millionaire Mindset program. The Millionaire Mindset program is something that I teach how to, you know, work on your subconscious, your relationship with money, it's a business coaching program as well. But it's not just, you know, mindset, it is everything. And I throw in property mentorship for free because I literally find it so easy and I want people to get into property. But I find it easy because I've done it. But it's not easy for a new person to do it, because I don't think people work hard enough to find good deals, if that makes sense. So I want to compare the two. So going through this coronavirus crisis that we're going through, which one is better for you and why? Well, let's take a scenario. Let's pretend you were a full-time property landlord or landlady, okay? So let's imagine that all this time you're like, no Forex, no online business, no modern stuff, no, like, you don't want to do anything quirky because you want it to be the old-fashioned traditional, let's just do property kind of person, okay? So you've got lots of property, tenants, you've got mortgages. Even if, okay, let's assume you've got no mortgages. Let's assume two scenarios. One is you've got a mortgage on all your portfolio and you are getting rental income and you're living off that alone. So what is going on right now? So what would happen is, number one, your tenants are normal human beings and probably not as successful as you. Not always, but most of the time they're not as successful as you. So that means that they will either have a job that will be laid off right now, or they're going to be possibly not earning that kind of money right now. So it's going to be a problem. Assume they can't pay rent. What are you going to do? If you were a full-time property person looking to live off your rental income, you could be in a sticky situation because the government is not going to help you. As a landlord, you have no rights right now. You could let's say your tenant has no money because of coronavirus pandemic, it's affecting the whole world. They can't get their income level. They can't pay your rent. That's a fact, okay? Now, as a landlord, you have no eviction power. You can't even do anything. The courts will close in the UK for 6 months. They're not even activating any kind of eviction orders. So you've got to be careful that you can't do anything. You can't enforce them to leave, and even if you do, you got to go through Section 21, Section 8. It's not a simple case of get out of my house. It's not that. And you can't even advertise to get new people in. Well, maybe you could, actually you can, but you got to do it virtually. Then people are going to be scared because of coronavirus. I don't want to go into a house. I don't want to view a house. I don't want to touch. Everyone's in a fear pandemic. So property is going to suffer. Second scenario, you could have rent guarantee. Great, I hope you do, because if you've got rent guarantee, then you're likely to get paid. Well, you should get paid, it's guaranteed. But you can't take out rent guarantee now on your new tenants or like current tenancies, okay? Because during this pandemic is when some landlords suddenly think, oh shit, I wish I had a rent guarantee. Let me try and ring up the insurers and get it. You're not going to get it. So you're stuck. So if you're relying on just your property income, you could have a net worth of so much in property, but your cash flow is the issue right now because your rent is not going to get paid. You could have net worth of millions, but you can't liquidate it. Is anyone going to give you a mortgage right now? Mortgage companies, if you had a house fully paid for and you're renting it out, you'd be like, okay, I got money in the house, let me just pull it out. Well, I'll be honest, not many mortgage companies are being as lenient as they were because they are suffering like the banks, or they are relying on banks, and banks are closing in. They haven't got the money to just dish it out like they used to. So you'll find that mortgage is going to be harder to remortgage your property. It's going to be very tough. If you do, you'll probably not get as good a deal, whether it's on the rates or on the full drawdown or whatever you want it from the house. Obviously, check with a mortgage lender, check with the mortgage product. I'm just throwing out theories here. So it could, I'm not remortgaging any properties. I'm not interested in that because I have other businesses that had cash flow, and that's why I don't have this problem. But I'm just giving this scenario to people that are just property, the old fashioned, I want to just live off property income. They're going to have a problem right now because net worth means nothing unless you've got cash flow, liquidity. So that's the property scenario. Forex, on the other hand, incredible industry. I think every single entrepreneur should literally trade their own money and be their own money manager. You don't need to give it to a fund. You don't need to give it to a bank to trade and do stuff with. You want to be trading your own funds safely. Now, safely could mean 40% a year. Safely could mean 10% a year. It's all down to risk management, something I teach you. You need capital. I've had my students create 92% in 5 months based on their top level strategies, but they took more risk. So risk and reward. I'm not telling you guys what risk you should take. That's got to come from you. And that's something I teach at Fortune Academy. And we have lifetime training at Fortune Academy for Forex, because I believe to be a good trader, you need to do it a long time. I started in 2008 when I saw a financial crisis. I was just in property and I thought, that looks a bit sticky. Like that scenario looks a little bit sticky, because I was planning to be an old-fashioned full-time property person. When 08 happened, luckily I had lots of cash in the bank based on my instant remortgages I was doing, okay? That's a product you don't get anymore. Now, because I had that liquidity and I wasn't one of those big spenders, I didn't spend it like all my other property friends who are like splashing out on Ferraris and like flashy stuff and the lifestyle. I was quite low-key, I still am. And ultimately, I could survive because my rentals were affected in 2008 because we had higher interest rates on the mortgages at that time. So that's a scenario that hasn't really kicked in at the moment. So far, I haven't seen it. It may happen. Who knows? The interest rates might go up. But it certainly did for some of my mortgages in 2008. And if I was living off the rent alone, trust me, I would be struggling. I would be panicking, because even though I had a lot of rental, that would have been a big drastic reduction. And if I was living up to the max, like spending all my cash on a lifestyle, then I would have really struggled. That is why 2008 was a blessing for me. I started Forex back then. And that is why this 2020 is a blessing for you, because you need to take Forex seriously, because it's going to be that one thing that is not affected by government, by mortgage rates, by anybody. You have no client, you have no supplier. You are your own money manager, literally independent money-making machine. It is an incredibly sophisticated market if you know what you're doing. It can be incredibly dangerous if you don't. And that's why I am so strict with the kind of criteria I have at Fortune Academy for the students that come on board, especially the lifetime. I literally don't allow many people without the right mindset. My students at Fortune Academy are incredible. They are in it for the long run. You can make money from day one, but I don't think you should be complacent until year 3. It takes you 3 years to do it properly. So you can make money consistently through that period. But I think to say you've mastered the markets, you need to be trading for 3 years. Anyway, so my argument about Forex, it's unaffected. Right now, the coronavirus, the good thing about Forex, you make money on the way down and on the way up. So all the madness in the news, all the announcements from the government, all this coronavirus has gone crazy in Italy, France, Spain, UK, everybody stay at home. It affects nothing. It doesn't affect your income level. You know, it's an incredible piece of art if you know what you're doing. So my advice to you guys is have Forex. I'm not saying don't have property. I'm saying have both, have more, like have property, have businesses, have Forex. You have to have something like Forex in your life. Now, who knows what the future is going to be for Forex? It could be one of those industries that one day they're going to remove it from the general public and keep it just for the super wealthy, you know, the ones who are institutional. That could happen, and if that does happen, you're really going to miss out. So my advice to you is really start Forex now. If you're not on any kind of trading with Fortune Academy, then get on something. Fast Track Forex has been designed for beginners with no previous knowledge, and the strategy I've given you in there will make you money in this climate. I've had so many students post results, incredible amount of money they've been making in the last few months. For example, from January till March, we had a reduction in the global markets of over 20%. Okay, the actual global markets were dropping. However, one of my Fast Track Forex students was making over 35% in profits based on my Fast Track Forex strategy. It's called the Panorama strategy. So really, guys, you need to take it seriously. This is a time you take Forex seriously and think about it in the long run. If you're thinking of it as like, okay, I'll just do it during lockdown, and when lockdown's finished, I'll just go back to my 9 to 5 or whatever else you're doing, that's not for you. You have to start it now and be in it forever. Think of it as a long-term game. This thing is going to snowball if you do it right, and you will make a lot of money. But don't just rely on property. I literally, if it were to me, if I had to choose between property and Forex full-time, I would pick Forex full-time, because I know I have no external factors that can ruin my game. So that's my argument between the Forex and property. I don't know if that's going to agree with everyone else, but that's my input, and I have firsthand lived both of those industries, and I prefer Forex if I had to pick one. Obviously, I've got both because I can afford to keep both. But if I had to pick one, like I said, it would just be Forex. So yeah, I think that is all I want to say for this. I talk about a lot more in the coronavirus crisis camp. Anyway, links are below if you want to see anything. Even the Fast Track Forex link is below. If you want to learn about the Corona Crisis Camp, link below. That's a brand new thing I'm doing for this whole global health crisis, which is what it's called. Anyway, hope you like this video. Please like the video. Please subscribe to my channel and share this video with people who need it. There are so many people going bankrupt right now. I feel really, really bad for them. They're great entrepreneurs. I have had students people who've become students to Fortune Academy. People are coming to Fortune Academy who are savvy business owners, 20 years in their game, and they were making millions and millions in turnover. And yet in the last month, they had to fold because of the coronavirus crisis. They're all turning to Forex. So when I say this is a serious game changer moment, take it seriously. Like, this is the best period in your life that you can really pivot from whatever industry you're in the past to something new, and Forex will be the answer for you. I really do believe it, but not just any Forex. Like, I believe the way we do it at Fortune Academy is the best, obviously, because I wouldn't be going crazy and telling everyone about it otherwise. But we do lifetime training, we do lifetime support, because I know that to be a great trader, you need to be in it for the long run. So let me help you. I can literally help you through this madness. All the links are below. Fast Track Forex is the place where you want to start for trading for the brand new starter beginner We got free training as well. Have a look at that. And the Corona Crisis Camp is also available to you guys. So anyway, have a look at the links, message below, send me comments, and I will promise I will reply. I'm going to go back to just this amazing period in life that is making lots of money for everyone, but also staying healthy. Obviously, I'm all about staying healthy too. Yeah, I'm enjoying lockdown. I don't know about you guys, but I'm certainly enjoying it. I'm getting to speak to my students a lot more and run a lot more training for them to show them how this can be really profitable for them. So great, I'm gonna go now. Thank you once again. Like this video, subscribe. I will be posting more stuff during this coronavirus period. But for now, that's all. Bye.